evening, everyone. Welcome to another fantastic episode of That Nerdy Web Show, where we give you duct tape for your broken childhood.
Wow.
And
I think
for tonight,
fantastic. Go.
And for tonight, we have Phantom,
Yeah, I think fantastic's a matter of opinion.
Ivan,
Hello.
Opal,
I feel funny.
and Patrick,
Hey everyone, welcome to the show.
You forgot Sally.
and Sally.
Ride, Sally, ride.
Well, thank you, but it's not
Who
Sally.
is Sally, anyways?
Buddy of mine.
Oh, I lost my fairies.
Wow.
Okay, tonight we're here for a holy matrimony. We're here to join these two people in holy matrimony.
And
Patrick,
the
I didn't know
pictures
you were
again.
engaged.
Again with the pictures, okay. People just keep changing their pictures, and it's getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah, it's been basically before the call started, everyone was messing around with pictures
Okay.
on Skype profile pictures.
And,
Oh,
you know,
can't see it.
Okay. Well,
we can never stop while we're ahead, so we just keep going. It happens.
indubitably.
Alrighty.
All right, but first off, let's talk about the sudden passing of Bob Hoskins. Sorry.
Yes, English.
For those of you who do not know who he is, he was the guy who played Eddie off of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think he's in a
Which-
couple other films
yeah.
that I legitimately cannot name. But yeah,
He's
was cool.
apparently done a ton of films, just not so much here stateside.
Indeed.
Right. And we didn't grow up with those films, so it's not like we'd actually recognize them if we saw them.
Correct.
Yeah,
Not like this
exactly.
one, at least.
I mean, I think that my personal opinion on it is that it's it's sad, and I think it's weird because like he was a star from a really old film, like a classic film, i.e., Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So it
Yeah.
kind of hits you. I mean, I don't mean to make you guys feel old, but like it kind of hits you that it's 2014 now, and like
20
that
years
film
ago,
was-
we were born.
yeah, that film was hella old, and now the stars who were kind of middle aged in those films, they're now kind of either elderly or passed away, and I think that's what it made me feel in a way. It just made me realize that like time doesn't stop. I kind of think that like actors live forever. I don't know why. So whenever I hear like an actor is like passed away, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
I think another thing that did it to me was some YouTube video I was watching a little while ago with Josh and Ivan mentioned that grunge was made 20 years ago, and I was like, wait, really? That was in the 90s. Wait, that is the 90s.
exactly.
Yeah, I feel bad
Yeah.
because when I think about like 10 years ago, I think of the 90s. I'm like, fuck, that was twice as long ago. Twice as long ago.
Twice as long
Yeah.
ago. That makes
As long as we
Yeah.
get the words out, it's fine.
I can't English today.
Things happen for a reason.
Yeah, and usually the reason is because you're a bad person and you touch yourself at night.
Hey,
Who
now,
told you?
I used to
We
hear that if
don't
you did that,
need to be
you'd go
too-
blind. Like, did you guys know that? Like, apparently, like, if you used, I used to know. People used to tell me that if you do it, you go blind.
I've heard that before.
Did you go blind?
Now explain why I have such big ass glasses.
That's- No, but it's like I heard it, and now that I think about it, I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. But because so many people do it and they don't go blind, so where did they get this theory from?
But it really convinces you whenever you're a kid. It's like, oh, I don't want to do that. No.
It's like the boogeyman. You're scaring kids.
Exactly.
Like Oogie Boogie.
Oh, to be fair, it's without the whole going blind part. It is good advice in a way, I suppose. Like don't
Right.
don't start too soon, I guess.
Speaking of going blind, I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know. Okay.
Get on with it.
No.
Was that
Get
failed-
on with it.
was that a failed segue?
Somewhat. Okay.
Yes.
But all right. Since new subject
These
now.
pictures are on another level. Just so you know.
Mine's sexy. Leave me alone.
Yeah, anyway, sorry. Yeah, next topic.
We're gonna talk about them putting Ike back in Smash Brothers. Except he's
Happy
got
about this.
except he got injected with steroids.
A little makeover. That's
Yeah,
all it does.
he's a little buffed up a little bit. No, but it's like he's had time to grind it out. You know,
This is
it's
true.
been a while. He's been waiting for ages. How long did Brawl come out? Like 2008? I
I
don't
think
even
it
know.
was like 2007.
Let me check.
Well,
No,
all
I think
the
it
other
was
characters,
2008. I take that back.
all
But
the other characters, just sitting
Yeah,
on the
Brawl
couch
came
eating
out
Cheetos.
ages ago. No,
But-
let me tell you something about Ike real quick. Like, let me tell you something about Ike. First of all,
Yes,
yes, it was 2008. First of all, right? He's always living in the shadow of like the homie Marth. See, because Marth was in Melee, he was in Brawl, and now he's in like 4, in Wii U version. This guy doesn't age. He's immortal, right? And he's always the best character. Melee, top 5 characters.
Well, he
Brawl,
does
top
wear the
10.
hair beret. He probably has makeup on as well.
Exactly.
No
Like,
surprise he doesn't
but Ike,
age.
right? Ike was really like he was a really bad character in Brawl. Like he was not that good, unfortunately. He was really fun to play as, and like if you use his final smash, great Aether, it was really cool. But he
Ooh.
was not the character. And basically, like Ike's like, you know what, Marv? I'm tired of you. I need to be better than you this time. I'm gonna train. I'm gonna to the gym every day of the week. 9 to 5 and all that. And I'm gonna buff up for the next smash. And how many? 2008. How many years has he had? It's 2014. Okay, I suck at math. Someone do the math for me. It's like 6 years. 6? Yeah, 6 years. Right? No, that's not
Yeah.
6 years. Yeah, 6 years. Sorry. Yeah. So he's had 6 years to buff up. Basically, now he's looking tough. He's looking strong. So he's like, I'm ready. I'm ready for you, Marv. I'm ready.
For being the big researcher of the group, you have very interesting fanons.
yeah,
I have very what?
Very interesting fanons.
Fan in?
Fanon,
Fan?
as opposed to canon. Like,
Oh,
things you make
I-
up in your head to support any ideas that you have.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, no, it's just I don't know. Like I put 2 and 2 together. I take something that's like well known, and then I just add some spice to it. I guess that's the best way of putting it.
But
Yeah.
if you but what if you add so much spice that the other spice gets old? Would you have old spice?
Old,
God
damn
damn
he
it.
beat to it.
Really.
Yes.
I need
Yeah.
chemotherapy now.
you are
Did
might
you
as-
say chemotherapy?
Were you about to say that you are chemotherapy?
I am your chemotherapy. Give me a hug.
That's terrifying.
Give me a hug.
That was so bad it
Oh,
gave me
here
cancer.
come the dogs again.
Did you eat my sandwich? I am your sandwich.
That
Wait.
was
What's that about sandwiches?
Of course, you catch the sandwich. Okay.
but like, so what are you guys' opinion on Ike being in Smash 4?
Yay.
I'm
What, you don't
completely
not
indifferent.
Ike or- Oh, really? Oh, okay.
All I said
Well,
was yay.
See, because I don't plan on buying Smash because I don't plan on buying any of the Wii systems. So
No, I don't plan on buying a Wii U either, but I know I'll play it eventually because I know I'll have a friend who has it. I know that sounds terrible, but like
Right.
legitimately, I don't have a Wii, but I got to play Smash Brawl, so I'll probably get to play
Well,
Smash 4.
I'm sort of excited to see how they balance him. If they balance him. I don't know. Brawl and...
Wasn't he balanced already though?
No, he was balanced to a fault. He wasn't good. That's what I wasn't joking when
Yeah.
I said he wasn't good. He actually wasn't good.
he was just blah as
'Cause,
fuck,
like-
huh?
No,
Yeah.
it was like he was strong, but he was slow. Like he was too slow compared to other characters. Like he couldn't. He hit hard, but he took too long to hit hard, basically.
But I'm just worried because Nintendo has never been known for keeping people competitive
thing.
about things like that, especially after Brawl. Things just
Sure,
sort of
but
went.
I think they've learned a lesson now, though. That's why they're trying
I hope they
harder.
have.
Smash
I really
to
hope
make
they
it
have.
competitive. That's not to say characters won't be like OP and some characters won't be lopsided. They definitely will be, but I'm just saying
Right.
it'll be much better than before. And who knows? I could be top tier this time. I mean, obviously, my joking aside, he could be top tier this time. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
But I
mean,
think Marth is better.
as long
Marth is-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's like whenever you walk in front of someone on the sidewalk and you can never tell which direction to go.
Well, see, at that point, you just punch him in the throat. That way, the only way they're going is down.
The throat. Why not the face?
Well, because, you
Pick
collapse.
one or the other.
Yeah. Well, see, the throat is much more effective.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, you can actually kill someone like that.
The face, you just make them mad.
The more you know.
Fair enough.
Well, all
So-
right then.
Next topic.
Hold on. Patrick, what the fuck is that?
What did he do? What? Oh God! He got like Mr. Potato Head anime over there.
You want to know where that's from? Actually, I'll tell you. Like, it's actually from this anime called Monogatari. And what's funny about it is like this character, her name's Senjigahara. She had to basically hire like this contractor, but she didn't want to be known that she was seeing him in public. So she said she was gonna put on a disguise, and he said, "Okay, what kind of disguise?" And she said, "Oh, you'll know when you see it." He goes to meet her, and she's wearing that, and he's like, "Really?"
Wow.
It's
All right,
hilarious.
Mr. Shithead.
Now we're going to have to put these pictures up in the
No.
YouTube video.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
Oh my God, is that the poop demon from what's his name? Is that from Good Luck Girl, or am I thinking of something else?
I really don't know.
I think yeah, it's from Good Luck Girl.
Anyway,
Anyway, new topic.
So we
So,
can continue.
so
I've been
Yeah.
looking at this topic, and I really don't know too much about it. What is this Oculus Rift thing going
Oh
on?
yeah,
Oh.
ZeniMax is suing the guy who made Oculus Rift.
What for?
He used some parts in a company. The guy who made the Oculus Rift used some parts from ZeniMax that they worked years on to complete, and the guy who made Oculus Rift apparently stole it, quote unquote. And
this is already reeking of Apple's tactics.
they're suing him due to copyright infringement because they used some parts that they weren't
Oh
supposed
yeah,
to use.
he used
Like
some
rounded
assets
edges?
no wait, was it or was it someone who used to work for Oculus?
No, it's somebody who used to work for ZeniMax.
ZeniMax used some stuff for Oculus, and so ZeniMax is suing Oculus. Was that it?
No, someone who
Yes.
used to work for ZeniMax went and made the Oculus Rift. Now ZeniMax is
Right.
suing whoever created the Oculus Rift. I mean, it's three-dimensional and, shit that I can't afford, so...
Fuck! I tried looking up how much the Oculus Rift costs. It costs like $300. I'm like, no.
Oh, that's it?
Only wait, I figured it was a lot
Oh,
more
yeah,
than that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought it was in, like,
more
the
than-
1,000 range.
Last I saw it was in the thousands.
To me, it's expensive.
Yeah, well, you're also a
It's-
baby back
I'm
bitch.
still not going to be able to buy it, not with the current monetary stature that I'm in right now. But
I mean, yeah, I think it was like around 800 to 900.
Okay, yeah, that's a little more than I care to spend on virtual reality.
Yeah, I think the thing about that, I mean, I can't really comment much on it. I didn't know much about the story until you mentioned it. It's, you know what it is? To be honest with you, it's like there's this illusion, let's just call it an illusion, right? That when people work at places, they don't take their jobs with them to other places. There's this illusion that like people actually follow NDA, but we know this isn't true because one, leaks happen all the time, and not just in gaming, in like movies, music, even like with phones. Like people just leak information about phones, right? So not only do loose lips sink ships, people do not keep NDA when it comes to jobs. It's like I did this at this job, I'm probably gonna do it everywhere else. You know what I mean? Like this isn't, like I said, there's this illusion that like people are professional. Nobody's professional. People
Yeah.
just
do
look at our
whatever.
web show.
Yeah, I mean, like, you create something. Of course, you're gonna take those ideas with you. I mean, what the fuck are you gonna do? Forget about it? No, I mean, it might be legally the intellectual property of the company that you worked for, but the idea is still in your head, so you're gonna use it.
Right.
I mean,
No, you
Yeah,
don't
go for it.
mean.
fuck. No.
Brilliant commentary.
Okay, new subject. We will talk about Sailor Moon coming back.
Yay!
Hooray!
You can watch it on Hulu.
Who
To be
watches
honest with
Hulu?
you, like, I remember when they announced it,
It's not
Twitter
really
exploded.
coming on any channel from what I can tell, but it is coming on Hulu. So if you follow Hulu, do all that good stuff, yeah, it's there for you. You can watch it.
But yeah, no, Twitter went nuts when that got announced. Like, everyone, like, literally, Sailor Moon became trending. Everyone's like, yes, my childhood, my childhood. Like, really excited.
We get to look at girls with
I
magic
wasn't as much.
powers.
No, I wasn't as much simply because I'm not as into Sailor Moon as most people was. Like, I liked its charm and its very like terrible voice acting, but I wasn't really into it. It's fine. It's perfectly fine, and I can understand why people are excited for it. But me personally, I'm like, I gotta really
Yeah.
don't mind.
Yeah, I never really watched Sailor Moon, so yeah, I watch a lot of dumb shit, but never Sailor Moon. Not that there's
Also,
anything
the
against it.
conversation-
It's just whatever.
Well then, fair enough. Oh, this is a good idea for like an extended topic. Well, since we're not all that into Sailor Moon, what is everyone's favorite classic anime? By classic anime, I mean like
Favorite classic.
Not in the last
Like-
5 years.
Full Metal Alchemist.
pre 2000. Yeah, pre two. Actually, how about this? Let's just say pre 2004. Like if we're talking about a decade, because at this point,
Full Metal
2004
Alchemist.
is a decade. Full Alchemist. That's perfect.
I grew up
Uh,
with Pokemon Indigo League, so
I'm gonna have to say it's a mixture between Yu-Gi-Oh and Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh my god, Yu Yu Hakusho. They used to do that on Toonami. I remember that. Oh, I can't believe that's a classic now. I feel so old.
They had a
Yeah, I
whole
have the
bunch of
DVDs
shit.
now.
Oh man. Well, I think mine, and to be honest, is the anime that got me into anime is Rurouni Kenshin. I don't even know how old that is. It's probably 90s, but yeah, that one.
I remember it playing on Toonami back whenever it was still on the air. But
As far as animes that are 10 plus years, I'd have to say my favorite would have to be either Cowboy Bebop
yeah.
or fuck, what was that I was thinking of? I can't remember it now. Oh well, I guess it wasn't all that good.
Nice.
Reasoning.
And of course, Sal over here just now got into animes, so
Congratulations! Speaking
Yeah.
of which, you haven't said much of words since we started the podcast. Are you okay?
congratulations.
that's because you guys all talk
Congratulations.
about fucking Super Smash Brothers. Nobody here gives a fuck about Nintendo.
Oh, I give a shit.
That's
I
just
don't
wrong.
care about Nintendo. I care about their games. Does that make sense?
No.
Like Nintendo
No,
itself.
not really. Coming from a person who
like-
cares about Nintendo, that doesn't make much sense.
No. What I mean is that like I could care less about the company, its future, its problems, its legacy. I don't care about any of that. I care about the fact that I've played some of their games and some of their games are all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And their systems had games that I liked. For example, I like GameCube games.
Oh,
know what I
you
mean?
heretic.
What's
What's wrong with
GameCube
GameCube?
games?
Everything is wrong with GameCube.
I don't exactly.
This
I mean,
means war.
my memories of the GameCube, I don't think it's about the GameCube itself. It's just the games that were like exclusive to it. You know what I mean? I don't, as I said, I could care less about Nintendo. I just care about the fact that they had games that I played, like like Melee, like Smash Melee. That was a game I played on GameCube. That's a game I cared about, right? I don't really care about Nintendo very much. I just cared about the fact that they had a game I wanted to play. Similar with Brawl. I cared about the fact that Brawl was on Wii. I don't care about the Wii though.
Yeah, well, the Wii was at least, somewhat entertaining.
To who?
To people who are drunk.
To the millions of people that thing sold to. That thing sold, man, a lot.
It did sell.
It's kind of like fucking.
Oh
Kinda like-
god. God, I just remembered. we kind of like what?
It's kind of like fucking Legos. Sober, you don't like them. Drunk, you're like, holy shit, this is the funnest fucking thing ever.
And then when you're sober again, you hate drunk you because you left them all over the fucking floor.
Yeah, basically.
Minesweeper with your feet.
Yeah.
I mean, this is another extension, and I think this one is actually pretty funny. What do you guys think of the rumor that Nintendo is actually going to reveal another console? Like a proper, like a current gen one?
Like a proper console with proper, high definition capability and.
Don't say it. Don't say it. I know what you're gonna say. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Wait, what?
will.
Don't say what?
I'm just waiting for you to say they're never gonna do that. They never have.
Well, I think that I do think it's in the cards because the Wii sold really well because it was different. It was entertaining, but now it's with the Wii U selling so badly, from what I understand. I think it would make sense for them to change up their game strategy.
Right.
So, depending on what kind of time frame you're talking about, them announcing a current gen console, I think it probably wouldn't be out of the question within the next year, maybe. I mean, the Wii U's been out for what, a year now?
I think it's been out for 2 years.
2 years. Well, see, that's how low under the radar it flies. I didn't even notice it existed until last year.
Yeah, I mean, to me, if Nintendo makes a next gen console, right? It's the biggest slap in the face. No, as in because remember they said the Wii U was next gen, so technically this would be a next gen console, but whatever. If they made one,
let's say a proper console.
A proper console works.
Slap in the face. No, guys, it would be the biggest slap in the face to everyone bought a Wii U, especially the people who are waiting for a new Zelda and Metroid. Because think about it. If they announce this, it basically means, guess what, guys? There is no Zelda for Wii U. We're making it for this new console.
There already is a Zelda for Wii U, though.
No, the Hyrule Warriors.
There's only Zool.
I'm talking about the proper one. I'm saying, one they showed at E3, the one that's probably never coming out. And by the way, does anyone remember when they showed that tech demo of a new Zelda on the Wii U?
No.
Does anyone remember? Basically, the tech demo was it showed Link entering a room, and then some sort of spider-like boss dropped from the ceiling, right? And he started fighting it. It was meant to be a tech demo for a Wii U Zelda. Very funny thing that I discovered recently. That exact scene is practically frame for frame for the first boss of the original Devil May Cry, where Dante walks into the room and he meets the boss called Phantom, which is a hybrid spider-scorpion. And it drops from the ceiling the exact same way. In fact, the geometry of the room is the same practically. So they kind of stole that exact scene from Devil May Cry.
Yay!
A game which at this point it's 13 years old. So
God, I didn't realize
that's worrying. The fact that
we're going back to the old thing again.
No. So basically, the fact that one, not only have we heard nothing of this new Zelda, but two, the fact that tech demo was practically a copy and paste of Devil May Cry, a really old game, that worries me. That means that they might not even be developing that Zelda game. They could easily announce this new, current gen console, completely forget about the Wii U development, stuff like Bayonetta 2 would just doesn't matter, and then just say, okay, yeah. Here's a new console. We're going to make new Zelda for it. We're going to make new Metroid for it. And of course, we're going to make new Mario for it. Ding!
Ding!
Well, new Mario is debatable. It'll have new in the title, and then it'll probably
call it Super Mario Bros. Current Gen. That's what they're going to freaking call it.
Yeah, there's nothing new about Mario. It's just rehashed with new graphics and more annoying gameplay.
And more
new item blocks. Yeah, let's go.
Super Mario 3D World was good. People said that's one of the best ones since Mario 64. But then again, when you say Mario 64, that's a pretty bold claim.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there's Galaxy, which got a straight 10 on IGN, and not to mention the sequel, which also got the straight 10. Surprisingly enough.
Here's a question, guys. Is a game like Mario 64 actually good, or was it good for its time?
It was good for its time.
Because it had a 3D Mario. Think about that.
Well, I think even by today's standards, it's decent because of how much content there is there.
Yeah.
I mean, as for it being considered great, it changed Mario as a game. Kind of like GoldenEye changed first-person shooters.
Yeah, exactly.
Is GoldenEye good? Fuck no. But it changed first-person shooters.
You're right. Mario 64 for me it's a functional game. It's fun. It's playable, right?
Yeah, I mean, I still
But
play it.
when I played again, I realized that I'm not having as much fun in this because I'm not as wowed as I was the first time. And I don't mean that in the hipsterish, rose tinted glasses kind of way, like,
Right.
oh, I miss everything when I was a kid. It's more like quite literally because when I was a kid, it was the first time I was seeing something like this. It blew me away. But
Yeah.
now that I'm older, I've played so many other games and better games in some cases. When I played that game, like it loses half of its value because it's not like this magical experience anymore. It's just a 3D Mario game.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
And in like by today's standards, it feels like clunky. Like I was playing it probably a year ago. It seems. I mean, I say a year ago. It might have been longer than that. I lose track of time. But yeah, I was playing it. It seems like not long ago, and it was like something just wasn't there anymore.
So that's
You know,
why
I see
you're
what you're
always late.
And I'm telling you,
No,
right?
I'm always late
I
because
think
I have a life.
Hey, I have a life too.
Alive?
you know what
I don't think
I
so.
kind of said it before, but I really think that Nintendo has the power to do something really interesting with its franchises, but it decides not to because it's playing it safe. You know what I mean? Like they could do something really exciting with Mario, something we've like never seen before,
Yeah,
something unprecedented.
I think. Do any of you watch Game Theory?
I watch Game Theory, yes.
Okay.
But
Well,
Are you talking about like the 3-part series,
which one?
as in the one where he talked about what gamers want?
Yeah, and
I remember that one. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, I was about to reference that. Yeah, I mean, like, it seems everybody wants something new and innovative, but everything innovative doesn't sell. Look at Call of Duty; it sells like crack to a fucking addict, and
Yeah, and he also mentioned the fact that like all of the Mario's that are pretty much just the same crap sell more than the innovative quote unquote Mario's.
like
Right.
Galaxy.
And it's true. It is definitely true. And to be
Galaxy
honest with
wasn't all that great, to be honest, in my opinion.
you,
It,
no,
it
but you
got
know what it
great
is as well, though?
scores.
You know what it is? Like, because here's the thing. He was right. Game Theory pointed this out. People criticize him for it, but actually, the thing people don't actually understand is that people may say a game like Galaxy is new and innovative and exciting for the Mario series, but the people who are going to be buying Galaxy are kind of like the people looking for that different thing. But do you know where the majority of Mario sales come from? It comes from the families and the kids and the people who are like, oh, there's a new Super Mario game. I'm totally going to buy that. Right? You know what I mean? It's good for parties. The thing is, if somebody sees a game like Super Mario Galaxy, they're like, oh, no 4 players, no platforming, simple gameplay. I'm not buying it. Right? But
Right.
when they see a game like New Super Mario Brothers, it's like, great, my whole family can play that. They're gonna buy that instead. More people will buy a Mario game that's like a Mario game they remember than a Mario game that's like trying to do something weird. You know what I mean? Like if you look at the
Right.
back of Super Mario Galaxy at the store and you don't see 2D side-scrolling gameplay with multiple characters, you're just gonna be like, nope, just put it down.
Ah.
Uh,
I don't like agreeing with you here, but I'm, yeah.
is it
God
because
damn it.
is it because sometimes he's kind of right, but then again he's somewhat I don't know.
Well, he's always.
You don't have to agree with me completely. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Just-
like I agree with you on this. Absolutely, it makes sense. I just don't want to agree with you. My mind's like, no, it's not true. It's not true.
It's just
I'm
I'm
just
not
gonna
saying
go
it's a
crawl in a
bad
corner
thing.
and cry.
just nod your
Like,
head,
I'm not.
just nod your head and touch butts. That's all I can say.
The,
Touch
the thing is,
butts,
I'm not
what?
saying it's a bad
Why?
thing, right? It's just
Oh,
that.
I come back to the room to butt touching.
You missed out, man. It's already over.
No, what I'm trying to say though, like I'm saying it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying like the repetitive sequels are a bad thing or that people buying the samey games are more a bad thing. See, for me, what's not what the problem isn't that is the bad thing. It's people who moan about it but do it anyway. That they moan about, they want innovation, yet they don't actually buy innovation. I think that's the problem because it's like you can buy all of the Call of Duties, the Mario's, the Maddens, the FIFAs, the Pokemons. You can buy whatever you want as long as you admit that the reason you enjoy it is because, well, it's the same thing because you're buying that series because that's why you like it. It's when people say that like they want innovation yet they're not exactly going for innovation. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
that's where the problem is Because obviously there's absolutely nothing wrong with things being the same. Why would there be like 6 Fast and Furious movies if people didn't like watching the same crap? Because I know I do. I've watched all of them.
Ultra effects and racing. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
What racing? You know how little racing
what?
is in those now? Come on.
Well, I see what you mean. You're exactly right, but it's not really racing so much as car combat. Yeah, I just made that up. Car combat.
Carnage.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh my god.
What?
God damn it.
Mortal Carburetor?
Is Barbara Dunkelman in here? What is this?
Mortal car battery.
Yeesh. But no, I think that okay, let's somehow bring this back to Earth and back to Nintendo. Yeah, if Nintendo announces a totally new console, that's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be hysterical. That wasn't the response I was looking for, but okay.
That was a good response.
I thought that was a pretty good response to that.
Oh,
Indeed.
here's a nice question. Would any of you guys buy the Nintendo new console if they announced it?
Nope.
No,
I've given up buying consoles.
because I play Xbox.
I'm actually buying a one soon.
Fair enough.
I just bought a PS4, so I don't.
And honestly, I think the same thing for me. Gone are the days where Nintendo consoles had games that I wanted. Because even the games that like Nintendo consoles were known for, like some of the really cool exclusives, like Resident Evil 4, that was originally on GameCube.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
That's cross-platform
Okay.
now.
Hold on, guys. Go back.
Oh yeah, that's cross-platform from fucking hell.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, because Nintendo seems to make decent games. They just don't make super noteworthy games anymore. None that are exclusive, at least,
Right.
I think Nintendo will eventually go the way of Sega.
Cross your fingers that doesn't happen.
Well, I think they'll still have a very strong presence in the mobile console. I just don't think that home consoles will be a very big thing for them for a whole lot much longer.
Maybe.
Because look at it, everybody has a 3DS. Everybody.
Yes.
I don't.
Well, I had one. Who has
I
a
don't
PSP?
have 3DS.
Not many.
I don't.
Y'all go eat a dick.
And then people that don't have 3DSs have PSPs.
I have a. Yeah, never mind.
I don't have either.
I wanted a PSP for the longest time because I wanted to play it for like games like Sonic Rivals, Crisis Core, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Like there's tons of games I wanted to play. Doesn't matter anymore though. But at the time, I wanted to buy a PSP. PS Vita on the other hand, whatever.
Nah.
There weren't that many good games that come out for the PS Vita.
Yeah, I don't even know what Vita games there are. There's just a lot of ports. There's no real like system seller. You know what I mean? There's no exclusive titles. I'm like, oh, I definitely want to get a Vita for it.
I completely understand.
But
But
oh right. Also, in regards to, did you say does it blend?
Yes.
Oh wait.
Does
what
it blend?
Blends Tech
Vita?
Engineering.
Does a PS Vita blend? Is that it?
Wait.
Yes.
Probably.
Probably.
Possibly.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but I'm saying in regards to the new Nintendo console, I personally wouldn't buy it because, as I said, gone are the days when there's an exclusive I want, because chances are it will be for the other consoles, and I don't know. There's just that's why I feel like Nintendo has stopped trying, like in a bad way. You know what I mean? GameCube had RE4, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, the best version of Sonic Heroes for that matter. It had
Yes.
Resident Evil. It had Smash, right?
Mhm.
It had all these reasons for me to get a GameCube or play one at the very least. What reason is there to get a Nintendo console now? That's what bothers me. Like they've stopped trying. Even games like Metroid Prime and Metroid Prime 2, like those were games that were really profound, and it basically meant that like, wow, Nintendo is really like trying to wow the gaming public, and even though they don't have the most powerful console, they're definitely doing things that make it worth getting it. But now it's like where I'm not trying to say I want another Metroid Prime, but I'm saying where is the Metroid Prime type game that's gonna make me want to play this console?
Yeah.
Like you know,
But shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
wow.
Reoccurring themes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, new subject, I guess.
Greetings, friends.
Oh, look, it's Ezreal. Hello.
Hello.
Guess who's
Okay.
late to the party?
Yeah,
Oh.
I have to get my medication.
Oh, this next topic is a good one. This next
Oh.
topic is a good
I
one.
enjoy this.
Is it
Yeah,
I
boobs?
can't wait.
No, it's Flappy Bird coming back.
Oh God, fuck Flappy Bird.
Didn't the maker like commit suicide or something?
I hope
He
so.
should.
No,
He didn't
no,
commit
no,
suicide.
He didn't.
No, he's bringing it back.
Oh God.
It was that
why?
his life apparently was ruined by the popularity it had, and he had to shut it down because like people were like complaining at him, people were getting at him.
That's what he had said. Why is it coming back now, though? Is he like,
Because
dude, I made a huge mistake?
No, I made
Probably.
huge amounts of money.
no,
The game was
apparently
free.
it's he. No, apparently it was that he basically
Ad
said he wants to
revenue.
bring it back with a disclaimer to tell people to take a break once in a while. Because no, didn't you hear the
That's
stories
fair.
of people sending him messages about
Yeah.
how Flappy Bird ruined their life because they got addicted to it. So when he took it down, like they got
Right.
really mad.
Mm-hmm.
And people
Like,
always
people-
read all the other disclaimers that
Yeah,
companies
everybody
put up,
reads
yeah.
disclaimers like.
That's really bad.
Always
that, like,
wear the
it's that
strap when
obsessed.
playing your Wii.
like-
How many TVs
It's
broke
a
because
really
of that?
simple game.
Not much because not many people had a Wii.
Oh.
I mean,
No,
A lot
apparently
of
the,
people-
apparently the Wii sold well, just not the Wii U.
This is true.
I would
Yeah,
get the
but
Wii
it's
U
like-
only for Bayonetta 2, but like,
where, dude? They announced Bayonetta 2 like 2 years ago. Where is it?
boot
Exactly.
the Wii U.
Just
It's
right,
with
on,
Half-Life 3.
right on the side of
It's
Banjo
development
Kazooie.
hell.
Just on the
It's
side
with
of Banjo. Damn it.
It's in development hell with Half-Life 3 and
There
The
you
Last
go.
Guardian.
And
Wait,
Congo
no,
2.
it's
Forgot
still
the
in
Congo
development?
2.
It's still in development.
What?
It's still in development along with Half-Life 3 and Banjo Kazooie 3.
You gotta be
Oh.
No,
kidding me.
Banjo Kazooie 4.
They have a. Oh yeah, that's right. Didn't Xbox
Yeah.
have 3 or something?
Yes, and it was horrible.
Nuts and bolts or whatever.
Yeah, nuts and bolts.
Fair enough. But what was I gonna say? No, yeah, sorry. I said yeah. It's funny someone mentioned game theory earlier because the thing like you have to wonder that people talk about innovation and they want exciting games and then all this malarkey about blah blah blah. The industry is getting stale, and yet everybody played Flappy Bird. What does that tell you?
I don't know, but there was a
Flappy
lot of
Bird
people.
was garbage. I hated it. I played it for 30
Innovation.
seconds. and
It's
said,
a
"Fuck
simple
this."
game. It's mostly about the score and see how far they can get and beating their friends. But
I know what happened with
I
Flappy
really
Bird.
have a hard time seeing someone being addicted to
But
it. It's
it
like I have a
doesn't
hard
make
time
sense
believing
got
that.
this popular. And mind you, I'm not talking about everybody just talked about it for a week or so. This game has about as many clones on the Android store as Bejeweled. That's saying
Flappy
Bejeweled is
Fedora.
the old series. Bejeweled is by PopCap, right? And they've made Bejeweled 1, Bejeweled 2, Bejeweled Blitz, just so many Bejeweleds, right? And that's just PopCap's official Bejeweled games. But there are hundreds, and I mean hundreds of Bejeweled clones, right? Because Bejeweled is a popular series, including Candy Crush, but let's not get into that, right?
Yeah.
The fact that Flappy Bird, a free game out of nowhere, not only gained popularity to rival Bejeweled, a game much older than it, but the fact that it even got clones and people clamoring for it, the people were paying for phones that had Flappy Bird on it.
You wanna
I was
know
surprised.
why?
It's happened before. Temple Run did the same exact thing back when it was doing well, at least. I think these app games just have lifespan of a goldfish or something. They're there and they're gone later on.
They do.
But in that sense, these casual games honestly do have a huge impact on the gaming industry itself.
They do. But it's just, to me, it's shocking that this game not only gained popularity so quickly, but it got several clones, people were buying phones with them on it, and people went nuts over this game. It's it's a part of me understands why that guy decided to take it down. Like people went crazy over something that wasn't supposed to go crazy over. I'm not saying people shouldn't have played it too much. That's their choice. But people went nuts over that game, and I mean nuts in a literal sense.
Well,
Like, can you think of any other game recent people went that nuts over? Because I can't.
Grand Theft Auto 3. I don't know.
I don't even think.
Well,
so.
anyway, no, but I don't remember whether it was the same episode of Game Theory, but they touched on why it became popular. No, this is actually a different.
Okay.
Yeah, this is actually a different episode. Yeah, it was a different episode entirely. Essentially, they broke it down into different, I guess, parts of a game's lifespan. With early adopters, and then the trendy players, then like the peak of its popularity, and then the late adopters and the people who are just fucking bored and have no life at the end of its span. Anyway, so with all this YouTube gamers nowadays, it eventually became that the YouTube gamers were the early adopters. So
yeah,
people,
so
the people who are popular on YouTube were making it more popular because people see them play and they're like, oh, I'm going to try that out. And one notable, I guess, YouTube celebrity that he mentioned was PewDiePie, who has arguably the largest YouTube channel. And he's a douchebag and I hate his face. But regardless...
Don't say that we're losing viewers by the minute.
I don't care.
By the second.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you realize this, but PewDiePie's fan base outnumbers ours severely.
By a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah. So
to challenge him is to challenge his army.
Who cares?
I don't give a fuck. Come at me, bros.
We have Godzilla.
We're doomed.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. So I think that that particular YouTube series has a lot of merit to it, being that the early adopters, being the YouTube celebrities, really made it explode in popularity overnight, as opposed to
you're right. As opposed to like a game that just gets good through word of mouth and actually being good. Yeah. Yes, I said it.
Right.
I mean, had it not blown up on Facebook and YouTube and everything, I would have never even tried it. I played it for about 5 minutes, like, this game fucking sucks balls, and I deleted it from my phone.
I played it for 30 seconds.
As if it couldn't get any more popular.
And it was terrible.
What I was going to say, like, this is kind of gray territory for me, I guess, but, like, am I the only one who feels that I'm not talking about like actual proper games and AAA games, because those games are whatever, right? I really get this feeling that nowadays a lot of indie titles, they're not really that great, but they become big through YouTube popularity.
Like Happy
YouTube
Wheels?
popularity. Exactly. YouTube popularity is half of what makes any of these games big at all. Flappy Bird, Happy Wheels, Amnesia. What else? Like, you know what I mean? Like basically the Let's Play games. That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's probably some of the best advertisement you could get. I mean, I remember Rooster Teeth with Star Wars. That exploded. Star Wars.
That game actually looks like it's a lot of fun. Like early Mario Party games, you know?
Yeah, because I feel like games that are just, games that are actually going out of their way to sell and be good and get reviews and stuff, those are just, they're open market, they get thrown into the wild, and people buy them, they decide if it's good or not. You know what I mean? Like, that's why when somebody Let's Plays it, it's just, somebody's Let's Playing a game everybody knows about, like GTA 5. Everybody knows about GTA 5. This isn't a game that got popular through YouTube. This was a game that was popular already, and it's only being played on YouTube because it's popular. You know what I'm saying? But
what the hell are you doing?
Most of these other games that are just magically getting popular, it bothers, and I'm not saying like they shouldn't be, but rather it's like I feel like the game, I wouldn't enjoy the game myself if I actually sat down to play it myself. The only reason I'm enjoying it is because someone's playing. For example, Amnesia. I don't care about Amnesia at all. I think it looks boring. I think it looks slow and dull. But it's a good Let's Play game. It's good to watch people play it.
Just like some people don't like Watch Dogs.
I've heard about this.
No, but
Does anyone know why?
That's not a Let's Play game. That's an actual AAA game that was being marketed as a AAA game. That's not the same thing.
It's not that bad.
I've heard people say they absolutely despise it. I haven't quite figured out why yet. I was looking online for some sort of reason.
It could be like some people just like hate on just mainstream stuff just for it, but that could
hipsters.
Typical stuff though. But when it comes to AAA, you actually have to like just try it yourself and then see where it goes. Although I have to say, like, my friend has been obsessed about it, and like I had to at least like buy it to see what's all the hubbub. And the only complaints I have is like the first time I played it, I walk into like a building after this main first part of the story, and I find an untextured staircase, and I hope that was just my computer at the time, like just on my part. But it was like completely untextured. I could see the void of the game.
Oh well, I don't know. I mean, one of my friends actually said that his game kind of fucked up. I mean, like
like hacked or something.
No. Like his kept flashing white on a screen.
Light power.
I don't know about flashing white or anything. But I know on my loading. No, I'm thinking about Far Cry. I think whenever my screen, whenever my screen would be unloading. Honestly, I would have to say Watch Dogs is Far Cry 3 plus Assassin's Creed, but that's with like some kind of Grand Theft Auto feel of it, just for the driving crap.
It's an interesting comparison.
Indeed.
Like that's how I've been trying to find the right comparison to put it, but like. The driving's alright. I enjoy it. I enjoy just fucking with people and like turning on traffic light, turning all the traffic lights on to green. Just watch them like crash into each other.
You just want to watch the world burn.
So does messing around with that kind of thing have as many consequences as they said it would?
They don't know it's you, so they don't really know it's you. And like I use it all the time to get away from the police. And the police are the worst things in the game, honestly. Like, they won't even warn you that they're gonna, like, start shooting. They start shooting at you in a public civilian place. Civilians everywhere, just shooting at you with assault rifles, alright? And the first time I got out of the stadium in the first part of the game, like, story, whatever, they, like, I get down in train track areas. They're driving on train tracks that trains go on. Just to get to me, and it's really ridiculous.
That honestly sounds like a reoccurring theme. Didn't they do something similar with Grand Theft Auto?
Well, the police aren't like everywhere like they are on Grand Theft Auto, and but if like they just see you, yeah, they're after you, kind of.
I feel like that is the #1 thing that games like that could really work on to make it more realistic, is the police mechanics.
But then if it's realistic, nobody will play it because it's like, what is that? The cops are there. I'm gone. The cops don't see me anymore.
In the sense of realistic, I want to see something like Watch Dogs, but without any guns, no superpowers, or at least none of the hacking stuff. You're pretty much just a regular guy with a hitting stick that's his only weapon, and you have stealth or whatever.
Yeah, hitting stick.
Caught up in, like that's honestly all I've done. I've rarely used a gun, like. Unless I actually needed to, and it's just whatever I have with me, and like the pistol.
Well, I actually enjoyed the concept of the hacking. That was an interesting.
Yeah, the hacking's great. Don't get me wrong.
That was probably the highlight of the game. Is the hacking?
It is. Like I would definitely suggest using a lot of lures whenever you need them. Say if like you have a guard and like you have to say kill or something, throw it near an explosive. Throw it near something that you can hack that can explode, and they all go to it, and then you activate the explosive or activate the grenades that's on them, and they throw it at the guy that you have to just knock out, but ends up killing him, and you fail the mission. Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
it's all good. You guys wanna end it there?
I actually have one more thing to say about the web show itself.
One more thing.
Yeah, while we're on the subject,
And then
what I've noticed is that we are very inconsistent about what we call each other in the web show. We start out saying, "Hello, this is Demyx, Justice Soul Tuna, Phantom," and then every single other time we're calling ourselves Andrew and Josh and Patrick. And I could just imagine the audience is going,
Dickface,
"What?"
an asshole, and wait, that's just me.
Yeah, you're right. So, oh my god. No, I get what you mean. From that perspective, it is inconsistent, but I'm sure everyone's put it together by now. Let's be honest.
It's a possibility. I guess if they're watching someday,
and also, mind you, since our fan base is like all of 5 people, I'm sure they figured it out. If it was like 1,000 people, we'd have like hundreds of comments saying, "Wait a minute, who's who? I don't know who Corey is."
Yeah.
Oh, I actually have one more thing to throw in. We are going to have a opening theme now.
Yes.
Whenever we start the web show.
No,
and,
dude, tried this before.
Really?
Yeah, except this time I actually got permission from the artists themselves.
Oh wow!
Sweet ass.
I helped pick out the song, and then he emailed them. It is a CPU Mood by Phantom Inc.
Yeah.
And,
just like be careful whenever like opening of videos or sound or whatever. Just like not make it too long.
Oh no, it's gonna be.
Yeah,
about,
it's only gonna be like 20 seconds at most.
Not even
That's
20.
Possibly even.
Kind of like your sex life.
Oh.
If you send me the song, then I'll add it to the intro.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that afterwards.
That's pretty cool then. That's
well,
nice.
We're gonna end it here.
That sounds like a great ending point.
Yay! Time for anime and pizza.
Okay, well
alcohol.
Anime and pizza.
Already been enjoying it this entire time.
That's all, folks.
What sex?
Titties.
You guys.
Yeah.
We're done.